The first thing Nathan Carter saw when he unlocked the doors of the old bakery at 5:30 in the morning was a stack of final notices taped to the counter. The second thing he saw was his 8-year-old son asleep in a booth, wrapped in a faded blanket because the heating system had stopped working again. And the third thing he saw, just a few hours later, nearly made him drop the tray of fresh cinnamon rolls in his hands. Standing at the entrance, staring silently across the bakery, was the very CEO who had fired him and shattered his life 2 years earlier. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, hope, compassion, forgiveness, and the power of second chances, take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring stories. 2 years before that morning in Cedar Falls, Iowa, Nathan had everything he thought he needed. He worked as a senior operations manager for a successful logistics company. His salary was strong, his future seemed secure, and he was raising his young son, Caleb, after losing his wife, Rebecca, to a sudden illness several years earlier. Life was not easy, but it was stable. Then the company merged with a larger corporation led by a respected executive named Michael Bennett. Within months, departments were restructured, positions were eliminated, and Nathan became one of hundreds of employees shown the door. The layoff arrived at the worst possible moment. Medical bills from Rebecca's treatment still lingered. Savings disappeared quickly. Job interviews led nowhere. Every rejection felt heavier than the last. Nathan sold his car, downsized his apartment, and spent countless nights staring at the ceiling, wondering how he would provide for Caleb. What hurt most was not losing his job. It was watching his son quietly notice every sacrifice while pretending not to. One rainy afternoon, while driving through an older part of town, Nathan noticed a neglected bakery with a faded sign hanging above cracked windows. The building looked forgotten, but something about it felt alive. A small notice in the window revealed that the property was being sold for far less than most commercial buildings. The previous owner had retired, and no one wanted the aging structure. Against nearly everyone's advice, Nathan invested what remained of his savings and purchased the bakery. The decision looked foolish from the outside. Nathan had no professional baking experience. The ovens were outdated. The roof leaked. Customers were scarce. Several neighbors quietly predicted the business would close within months. Yet every morning before sunrise, Nathan showed up. He studied recipes late into the night. He watched instructional videos. He experimented with bread, pastries, and cakes. Many batches failed. Some mornings ended with entire trays in the trash. But Caleb stayed beside him through every setback, helping clean tables, arrange displays, and greet customers with a smile that slowly became the bakery's greatest advertisement. Weeks turned into months. Then something unexpected happened. People began returning. A local teacher praised the bakery online. A church ordered pastries for community events. Families started gathering there after school. Nathan learned that people were not just buying bread. They were searching for connection. The old bakery slowly transformed into a warm gathering place where strangers became friends. For the first time in years, hope returned to Nathan's life. Then came the morning that changed everything. The bell above the bakery door chimed, and Michael Bennett walked inside. Nathan immediately recognized him. The polished executive who had once appeared untouchable now looked different. His suit seemed worn. Dark circles rested beneath his eyes. He moved slowly, carrying a weight that could not be seen. Customers filled the tables while the aroma of fresh bread drifted through the room. Michael stood quietly near the entrance, observing the joyful atmosphere. Nathan felt old anger rise inside him. Memories of rejection and hardship rushed back all at once. But before Nathan could turn away, he noticed something unexpected. Michael was alone, uncertain, and visibly struggling. Over the next hour, Nathan learned through a local newspaper left on one of the tables that Michael's corporation had collapsed after a series of failed investments. He had lost his position, much of his wealth, and the reputation he had spent decades building. The man who once oversaw thousands of employees was now trying to rebuild his own life. For several moments Nathan wrestled with emotions he thought he had buried. Part of him wanted satisfaction. Part of him wanted justice. But another part remembered every difficult night when he had wished someone would show him mercy. A few days later, Michael returned. Then he came again. Eventually Nathan discovered that Michael was searching for work and struggling to find opportunities because many people associated him with the company's downfall. The same rejection Nathan once experienced was now following Michael everywhere. Instead of turning him away, Nathan offered him a part-time position helping manage the bakery's growing operations. The decision shocked everyone. Yet over the following months, something remarkable happened. Michael worked harder than anyone expected. He arrived early. He stayed late. He treated every task with humility. Slowly, trust formed between the two men. They shared stories of failure, regret, grief, and lessons learned the hard way. The bakery expanded. A second location opened in a neighboring town. Local suppliers benefited. New employees were hired. Families found jobs. The little bakery that many had written off became one of the community's brightest success stories. But the greatest transformation was not financial. It happened inside Nathan's heart. He realized that forgiveness had not erased the pain of the past. It had freed him from carrying it forever. Before we reach the end of this story, tell us in the comments, have you ever given someone a second chance that changed both of your lives? Years later, a framed photograph hung near the bakery entrance. It showed Nathan, Caleb, Michael, and dozens of employees standing together during the opening of their third location. Customers often asked about the picture. Nathan would simply smile and continue serving fresh bread. Because the real secret behind the bakery's success was never the recipes. It was grace. It was the courage to keep going after loss. It was choosing compassion when bitterness seemed easier. And it was believing that even the people who hurt us can sometimes become part of our healing. If this story touched your heart, please like the video, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more inspiring journeys. Your support helps these stories reach people who may be searching for a reminder that difficult seasons do not last forever. As the evening sun settled over Cedar Falls and customers filled the bakery with laughter, Nathan watched Caleb helping a young customer choose a pastry. In that quiet moment, he realized he had not lost everything after all. Life had simply led him down a different road, one that ultimately brought him something far greater than success. It brought him purpose, community, healing, and the chance to prove that kindness can rise from even the hardest chapters of life. And sometimes, the sweetest things in life are baked from the ingredients of resilience, faith, and a second chance.